You gotta know a day.
Today we're going to talk about the Miller Urey experiment, which is famous for something called abiogenesis. A being no, and then biogenesis is like it's essentially creating life from nothing. The origin of life is really what they were trying to show here. It was Stanley Miller and Harold Urey who performed this experiment. This was kind of the setup they had. They had these gases here in this chamber. And then they collected samples. I'm going to talk more about it. So they realized that in early Earth's atmosphere, it was kind of a nasty volcanic place. And there were small amounts of methane gas, ammonia gas, and hydrogen gas. Plus, it was hot, it was wet from water, so there was kind of volcanic water vapor around. And what they did in their experiment is they added a spark in order to simulate lightning, because they thought early atmosphere had these four things in it, and they thought, well, maybe if you do this early atmosphere, you simulate these conditions, and what happens? You get amino acids. You get precursors to life, because amino acids come together to make protein, signs of life. Now, their original experiment, they only thought they had 5 amino acids, but in 2008, they added some sulfur compounds to make it more quote-unquote volcanic, and they got 20 is what they realized they had actually produced in this analysis. So this supported the Operin-Haldane hypothesis that basically life came from just chemicals being mixed together. If you have water and H2, H2O, and CH4, and NH3, and they had CO2. But basically you could have abiogenesis, where there was life from just chemicals that preceded it. And also, a question that gets asked about quite a bit, early clues about the Miller Urey experiment, is that John Oro produced adenine, which is, part of DNA. So also in this early atmosphere, they used the same setup, and they produced adenine, not only a precursor to proteins, but also precursor to DNA, to nucleic acids, which really supported this theory.